approaches 100,000. Some restrictions now lifting in all 50 states. Already, images of crowded beaches, a patchwork of rules and regulations to maintain social distancing, some wearing masks even in the water. On the Jersey Shore, officials calling for people to stay 6 feet apart. In New York City, where beaches are closed for swimming, a man swept away, then drowning. Florida preparing to lift restrictions for summer camps and children's sports. The Grand Canyon opening with limits. And Dr. Anthony Fauci urging Americans to go outside, but do it wearing a mask. President Trump's religious demand, telling governors to allow all houses of worship to reopen this weekend, saying America needs prayer, and to call him if they have a problem. With deadly clusters already tied to churches, what steps will be taken to protect the faithful? Overseas, the deadly air disaster, a passenger plane crashing into a crowded neighborhood, the devastating images, 100 people on board. And tonight, we learned there are at least 2 survivors, what one of them said about escaping with his life. The backlash tonight, and now the apology from former Vice President Joe Biden after what the presumptive Democratic nominee said in a radio interview about black voters. Tonight, what Biden is now saying about that controversial comment. Facing the judge, Full House actress Lori Loughlin and her husband and their surprise guilty plea via Zoom to a federal judge in the nationwide college admissions cheating scandal. What they were accused of doing and how much prison time prosecutors are asking for. Plus, America Strong. Tonight, the mother and son reunion. Her service during this pandemic separated them. The moment this little boy sees his mom again.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
And good evening. It's great to have you with us on this Friday night. I'm Tom Yamas, in for David. And this Friday night marks the start of the Memorial Day weekend, the unofficial kickoff to summer. But this one is historic. Ahead of the holiday, all 50 states have eased restrictions to some degree, imposing a patchwork of rules and regulations. Americans now looking for ways to celebrate while keeping safe from the coronavirus. Tonight, as the death toll rises with more than 95,000 lives lost in this pandemic, images of a holiday we've never seen before. Take a look at this. San Francisco's Dolores Park marked with circles to encourage people to spread out. A father and daughter flying a kite at New York State's Jones Beach, opening this weekend, but only at half capacity. A mother in a mask playing with her daughter in the surf at Virginia Beach. And the highways and skies unusually empty for the first time in 2 decades. AAA didn't even put out a holiday travel forecast. ABC's Gio Benitez leads us off from New York's Rockaway Beach.
Tonight, a Memorial Day weekend like no other as all 50 states relax restrictions and the nation's coronavirus death toll crosses 95,000. In New York, a tragic start to the holiday in Rockaway Beach. 1 man dead, pulled from the water. Swimming is banned in all New York City beaches due to the pandemic.
As you can see on the beach here, the flags are up. There are no lifeguards. The beaches remain closed.
And you can see those 2 red flags. They mean no swimming. Walking on the beach is allowed. The NYPD on patrol urging people to keep a safe distance.
If you just want to take in the simple beauty of the beach, it's there for you, but with a lot of good watchful eyes from the Parks Department and the Police Department.
Some beaches in the state will keep gates open until capacity reaches 50%, but concession stands won't be open to avoid lines.
We expect people to be getting out, going to parks, beaches, etc. We understand that. But we have to remain vigilant at the same time.
Thousands along the East Coast hitting the beaches, adapting to the strange new normal. In Massachusetts today, many wearing masks in the sand. It's required when distancing is not possible.
I'm so happy. I love it. I'm so happy I'm out of the house.
This woman dipping her toes in the water while wearing a mask in Virginia Beach today. In New Jersey at Point Pleasant Beach, officials saying it can hold about 197 groups in roughly 18 square foot areas. The mayor warning people to follow the rules.
If they don't, we'll ask them politely to make sure that they adhere to it. And if they don't do it after, then we'll ask them politely to leave.
In South Florida, Miami-Dade County and the city of Miami Beach voting to open beaches and hotels on June 1st. Florida's governor lifting all restrictions on summer camps and children's sports.
I think our kids have been out of organized activities for a couple months now, and I think that we need to have a pathway to get it back.
In Illinois, one of the country's hotspots, the federal government went to the courts to challenge the extension of the governor's restrictions. California beaches will be open with some new additions, including access to the bike paths and more parking lot access. These giant circles painted in several parks in San Francisco designed to promote social distancing. Many national parks also easing restrictions, the south rim of the Grand Canyon opening with limited access today. The nation's leading infectious disease expert, Dr. Anthony Fauci, looking forward to getting outside.
I plan to go out for nice walks and hikes over Memorial Day, and I'm going to do it with care, with a mask on.
All right, Gio Benitez joins us now from Rockaway Beach in New York City, where tragically one person died after getting swept away. And Gio, that bad weather we see there will keep beachgoers away. But without lifeguards on duty in some cases, people will have to be careful if they venture out into the water.
That's right, Tom. In New York City, lifeguards are not on duty, but they are training right now to be ready for when the beaches open. In New Jersey, on the Jersey Shore, in parts of the Jersey Shore, lifeguards are going to be equipped with masks, gloves, and gowns. And in California, if you're not in the water, you must be wearing a mask. Tom.
Masks on the beach in California. All right, Gio, thank you for that. We turn now to the White House and the new demand from President Trump over houses of worship, coming before cameras to call those services, quote, essential, and urging governors to open them right now, threatening to override them if they don't. Here's Jonathan Karl.
President Trump today declared it is time for houses of worship to reopen, demanding governors allow churches, synagogues, and mosques to hold in-person services.
The governors need to do the right thing and allow these very important, essential places of faith to open right now for this weekend.
The president insisted he will act if the governors don't.
If they don't do it, I will override the governors.
But the president walked out without answering questions or saying what authority he has on a decision that belongs to local leaders, not the federal government. And just after the president declared he wants churches open this weekend, Dr. Birx of his coronavirus task force said in some areas, those in higher risk categories may have to wait before going to services.
Maybe they can't go this week if there's high number of COVID cases. Maybe they wait another week. But there is a way to social distance like you are here in places of worship.
The issue has been divisive. In Holly Springs, Mississippi, First Pentecostal Church was burned to the ground this week. The church had sued the city to lift restrictions on church services. Graffiti in the parking lot read, "Bet you stay home now, you hypocrites."
All right, John Karl joins us now from the White House. And John, the CDC releasing new guidelines for faith-based communities?
They've issued guidelines for going to reopening religious services, suggesting social distancing, also the wearing of face coverings. They've also called for having the services outside whenever possible and to limit the singing by both the choir and congregants. The CDC guidelines, Tom, note the act of singing may contribute to transmission of COVID-19, possibly through the emission of aerosols. Tom?
But that's big about the outdoor services during summer. All right, Jonathan, thank you. Overseas now to that horrific plane crash in Pakistan, slamming into a crowded neighborhood. Look at that. Followed by a desperate search in the rubble for victims. Miraculously, at least 2 people survived, but nearly 100 others were lost. ABC's Maggie Rulli has more.
Oh my God! Tonight, rescue teams in Pakistan are searching through plane debris and building rubble for victims of the crash. Of the nearly 100 people on board, miraculously, at least 2 people survived, including this man, who says that after the crash, he unfastened his seatbelt, saw light, ran, and jumped out of the plane. The pilot declaring an emergency as he tried to land in Karachi after a 90-minute flight.
We'll proceeding back, sir. We have lost engines.
Issuing a distress call in the final moments.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Witnesses on the ground saying they saw the plane try to land 2 or 3 times before crashing into the crowded neighborhood just 2 miles from the airport. The country has been under a strict coronavirus lockdown and only this week resumed domestic flights, setting a maximum limit of 100 passengers per plane. Many people on this flight were trying to make it home in time to celebrate the end of Ramadan with their loved ones. And Tom, the State Department has confirmed that a U.S. citizen was on board that plane as it crashed, but they say they can't confirm if that person was killed or if they were one of those miraculous survivors. Tom?
Maggie Rulli for us tonight. Maggie, thank you. Next to the race for 2020, presumptive Democratic nominee Joe Biden apologizing tonight after what he said about black voters prompted a firestorm. The former vice president tonight saying he shouldn't have been so cavalier. Here's ABC's Mary Bruce.
Tonight, Joe Biden is doing damage control after he sparked outrage with this message for black voters.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want something for my community. I would love to see
Take a look at my record, man.
The reaction swift and furious. This from the Senate's only black Republican.
That is the most arrogant, condescending comment I've heard in a very long time. 1.3 million African Americans voted for Trump. He's saying to 1.3 million African Americans that you're not black?
The Trump campaign piled on, saying Biden truly believes that he, a 77-year-old white man, should dictate how black people should behave. Biden today doing cleanup.
The bottom line of all this is perhaps I was much too cavalier. I know that the comments have come off like I was taking the African American vote for granted, but nothing could be further from the truth. And I shouldn't have been such a wise guy.
His campaign notes Trump has a long history of racially charged comments. Sources say Trump has used expletives to describe African nations. He told 4 congresswomen of color to go back to the countries they came from. And he perpetuated the false theory that Barack Obama was not born in America.
All right, Mary Bruce joins us live. And Mary, I want to get back to the former vice president. During that interview, he was also asked about picking a running mate.
And Tom, Biden's team has been reaching out to potential VP candidates, but they haven't been doing any official vetting just yet. Now, Biden has promised he'll be picking a woman, and when pressed today, he said multiple black women are being considered. But Biden says he doesn't expect to make any decision until July. Tom.
All right, Mary, thank you for that. We turn now to the ABC News series Pandemic, A Nation Divided. A new poll tonight showing how the coronavirus has taken a greater toll on communities of color. Black and Latino adults were nearly 3 times as likely to know someone who has died from the virus than white Americans. Here's ABC's Alex Perez from Chicago.
Smiles, hopes, dreams destroyed.
African Americans, they are being hit significantly.
Their faces overwhelmingly Black and Latino. Of the coronavirus deaths here in the Chicago area where race is known, nearly 50% Black, even though African Americans only make up about 1/3 of the city's population. Almost 30% of deaths, Latino. In the Roseland neighborhood, residents were already battling an epidemic of gang and gun violence, and it's not slowing down. Shootings are up in the city 22% from last year.
It's still violence that's happening every day. So
former gang member Terrence Henderson lives here.
We're going to continue to canvass this hotspot area to make
and is a leader in the anti-violence group called Chicago CRAD.
Inform them about wearing the mask versus not wearing the mask.
He's now fighting 2 public health crises in his own backyard.
I'm just trying to get the people to understand that this is really serious.
It sounds like the way you approach violence is the same way you approach the pandemic.
Absolutely, absolutely. Full foot on the gas, no stopping.
Like you, I guess you just care about the neighborhood.
The virus, ER physician Dr. Garth Walker says, is ravaging people of color. He's seen it firsthand in the patients he treats.
We've been seeing a lot of Black and brown families presenting with respiratory issues, pretty advanced. The pandemic lifted a veil. It showed just how strong the inequities are in our society.
He's calling on city officials to increase testing in minority neighborhoods, something the mayor here says is a priority. In the mostly Latino Little Village neighborhood, Jerome Montgomery worked to convert this community center into a testing facility. There are more reported cases here than in any other Chicago zip code.
We hear this stay at home, isolate, work from home, but that's simply just not possible for a lot of people.
Right. Yeah, 90% of the individuals within this community are within the service industry.
Many, like Pedro Ramos, who just got tested. He works at McDonald's and lives paycheck to paycheck.
He's saying that he hopes we can return to normal at some time soon. He's really relying on this negative test to be able to get back to work.
And Tom, we're here outside that testing clinic tonight. It opened about 7 weeks ago, and organizers tell me of the people that come here, about more than 50% of them are still testing positive. Tom?
More than 50%. That puts so much in perspective. Alex Perez tonight with some very important reporting there. Alex, thank you. And the new headline tonight about the malaria drug hydroxychloroquine. A Lancet study first reported in the Washington Post showing that hospitalized COVID-19 patients, people who are very sick, are more likely to have abnormal heart rhythms and are at a higher risk of death if they took the drug. President Trump revealed this week he had been taking the drug to prevent the infection. All right, when we come back, Full House actress Lori Loughlin and her husband, their surprise guilty plea today on a Zoom call, and the nationwide college admission scandal. Tonight, the prison time they could now face. Stay with us.
Providing a layer of protection you can count on, WeatherTech features non-porous surfaces that can easily be wiped with germ-killing disinfectants and can easily be washed out for complete protection, front, back, and even up the sides. It's not so easy with carpet mats. Stay safe with WeatherTech, the ultimate protection for your vehicle. Order today at WeatherTech.com.
Every financial plan needs a CFP professional. Confident financial plans, calming financial plans, complete financial plans. They're all possible with a CFP professional. Find yours at letsmakeaplan.org.
All right, I brought in Ensure Max Protein to give you the protein you need with less of the sugar you don't. I'll take that.
30 grams of protein and 1 gram of sugar. Ensure Max Protein, now available in 12 count. Stock up today.
It's starting to happen every day. People are surprising themselves the moment they realize they can do more with less asthma. Thanks to Dupixent, the add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. Dupixent isn't for sudden breathing problems. It can improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks and help prevent severe asthma attacks. It's not a steroid, but can help reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Don't use if allergic to Dupixent. Serious allergic reactions can occur, including anaphylaxis, which is severe. Tell your doctor right away about signs of inflamed blood vessels such as rash, shortness of breath, chest pain, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection and before stopping any asthma medicines, including oral steroids. Do more with less asthma. Talk to your doctor about Dupixent.
Next tonight, after months of disputing the charges, Full House actress Lori Loughlin and her husband officially entering a guilty plea via Zoom. So how much prison time might they face? Here's ABC's Deborah Roberts.
Appearing before a judge by closed video conference, Lori Loughlin and Massimo Gianelli pleading guilty. The couple admitting to